All right, welcome to another Emissaries from the Void Liminal.
Yep, we've lost count. We've been driving for too long. It's been oh my god.
We're not crazy.
We're not insane. We're crazy. I'm sane. I know a man's following me.
Anyway, welcome to Emissaries from the Void Liminal.
Yes, we're sorry we missed a week. Apologies. But we're here.
We're not crazy.
Oh my god. We're not insane. Get the line right, motherfucker.
I was trying to do it exactly how I fucked it up before.
Oh.
Anyway, this movie is called Yin Yang Insane. It's a zero budget indie film from 2007.
Now pause, audience. With a title like Yin Yang Insane, 2007 indie budget film, what pops into your mind as the...
Write it down and send it to us.
What's the sub? No, I want you to really think, because whatever you have in your head right now is not this film.
Zero chance.
Zero chance. This film is the... You compared it to Twin Peaks, and honestly, yeah, especially the second half of it.
It's Lynchian and Breenian.
Yeah, it's like Lynch and Breen had a weird baby,
and it grew up in poverty and decided to make a movie,
and somehow get Robert Zadar.
Yeah.
To star in your film. And for those audience who may not be familiar with him, you know him because he's the actor with the very, very pronounced chin. Like, that's like his thing.
I forget which Mystery Science Theater this was from, but they describe him as a catcher's mitt with features.
I was thinking of calling him the Crimson Chin in my...
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is like 80% chin.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like it's a disease, but like that makes his face look like that, but it's very distinct is all we're trying to say.
And when he was young, he was actually like strikingly handsome.
Yeah. This is kind of like a Stitch situation where there's a guy who when they were younger was really like popular, because we had in Stitch it was John Connor. And then in this, Robert Zadar used to be very popular. Like, he was not like an A-lister, but he was definitely like in a lot of things.
He was in a few things, yeah.
So just to have him end up in this is so weird. And like the lines that they're feeding him for this movie too. Like when he's allowed to just do his own thing in this film, it's a lot better because you can tell he's trying so hard to make the best of the script.
Yeah. He's not a bad actor.
No,
he's been in a lot of bad movies.
But the lines they give him are awful. Audience, they spend the first 25 minutes of this fucking film basically with an almost uninterrupted shot of him in a car monologuing to himself to deliver the plot to us. Y'all, you've heard of show don't tell. Well, the writer and director of this film saw that advice, took it, crumbled it up, and threw it across the goddamn room into the fireplace. Because this film is primarily tell, don't show. Literally denying us until it's like the second half of this film was made by a completely different person because it starts to actually show us things.
Yeah, you literally don't even need to look at the screen for most of the movie.
Because it's like an audio narration play. He's just describing what's happening to us. And like, it's filmed in such a way to try and obfuscate the fact that they're just driving around a residential neighborhood in fucking California.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like New Mexico, but whatever.
Yeah.
But like you can see he's just driving through a residential neighborhood, but they start to describe it as if he's in like an industrial part of town and like, you know, like train cars and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Like he's like in a wasteland. Like they're describing it like he's in the middle of nowhere and just like where there's like a train yard. And so like they just picked the wrong filming location to film this fucking film. They could have just driven out into the Mojave and filmed this film and it would have been the same.
Yeah.
And they could have avoided the whole problem. Or he's like, oh, look, there's a detour. Oh, my God. He gets like 8 detours in this fucking movie.
Well, I mean, okay, so there is a possible like time loop phenomenon. There's a lot of repetition. You
so badly want this to be an episode of Twin Peaks.
I don't think this is. Do you really think like
no?
He was just driving and he kept running into detours and kept saying the same lines?
No, what I think happened is they had a script that was only like 15, 20 minutes, and they reused every single take. Because he says the same things over and over and over again. It comes across more like fucking Double Down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We may have to save this liminal to like lead into Double Down because it's pretty apt.
I agree completely.
Yeah. So whereas Breen will use every take of like a single line in a row, this is like an uninterrupted like 5 minutes that gets repeated several times.
Yeah. And then you can see the changing point too. Like, okay, audience, this movie is so padded that when we get a shot of a road of a car driving on it, we get this shot several times. And when we finally hold on it, he's driving at like 5 fucking miles an hour down the street just to pad out the runtime.
Starts as like 3x3 pixels in the middle of the distance. It's Dolomite levels of
and like the part that makes it worse is that the trees are blowing in the shot, so you can see the speed at which things are happening. It's not like they slowed the footage down. That motherfucker drove 5 miles per hour down the fucking road. Just so they could add to the runtime. This film is 49 minutes long, but again, it's like 15 minutes.
39.
I'm sorry. It's I'm so sorry. It's 39 minutes long. It might as well have been fucking 39 hours long with how long it felt. Yeah. Because like the second half, like I call it the second half, but it's really like the last 10 minutes is where anything actually happens. And I remember and I recall as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, I suddenly find this very enjoyable.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's interesting now. Yeah, there was a movie, I think it was just called Logan, but it's
not that Logan.
Tom Hardy was in this movie. Okay, Locke. Locke. And it was an 85-minute movie that took place entirely in his car as he drives. And I
will stick my hand into a fucking blender before you make me watch that goddamn movie.
I liked that one because it, first of all, had interesting dialogue. And he also, like, he'll look in the mirror and see people in it and, like, talk to them. But
in the car?
Yeah. Anyway, this was a similar kind of setup where it's Robert Zadar just talking to himself about
They needed to put a character in the car with him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or give him, like, a Diane if he was, like, recording.
Oh, yeah, because there's a point where he calls his wife Charlotte and talks to her. I love that I remember her fucking name. He talks to her on the phone, but it doesn't. It's not edited well, so it sounds like he's leaving a voicemail.
Yeah. And he's just detailing his crimes.
Yeah, he's just listing them off. What this film really needed was for Bill, the guy Bill, to be like tied up in the back of the car or something.
Right.
Because like the pitch of this film is that he's a gangster.
Yeah, so Robert Zadar, I don't even know what his name is.
He says it to himself a few times too. We don't even fucking. I like how I remember his wife's name.
I think
but
it was
his.
Just B. That's what the subtitle said, but it's probably not. Anyway, he cheated this guy Bill out of 90% of Bill's company,
and then $1 million in cash.
Yeah.
So he's got $1 million in cash, and he's got $2 million in liquid assets, or liquid's when you can spend it, whatever, the opposite of liquid assets. And he's like, he opens up the whole thing talking about how like, oh well, maybe I'll just tell my wife I only made $1 million and then I'll just keep the $2 million in a separate bank account.
Right. So aside from that, he's just talking about this road that he's on and the detour ahead, and
Just like the dust storm that we totally
an
can see.
alleged dust storm.
Alleged dust storm. Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of.
But think about how
sets
much
up-
more interesting this film would have been if it had just been Bill tied up in the back of his car and he was just ranting at Bill the whole time.
Yeah, that would have been more interesting.
Or like, because like it wouldn't have changed. Like we could still have the cheesy camera work and all that shit, but it would have been really interesting if Bill was tied up in the back of the car and our perspective guy was like on his way to kill him in the desert so he can get his business. And so then there's stakes to the plot. Like him going insane mirrors the like insanity of his current situation instead of just him ranting in a car.
Yep.
Like I don't know about you, but if I successfully con someone out of $2 million of company and $1 million in cash, I wouldn't be going crazy. I would feel pretty damn good about myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just an evil bitch.
But he's haunted by
himself.
Yeah, some sort of a doppelganger ghost.
Ghost.
But
we're not gonna fuck each other while we're spinning a piece of pottery on a pottery wheel. Not that kind of ghost.
Right. He sees a guy on the road who has a gun and points it at him that looks like him, and it freaks him out. All of this is
described to us,
not shown.
Yeah, we don't see anything. And again, at the 10-minute mark, we start to see it.
Yeah.
Or well, like at the 25-minute mark.
20.
Yeah. But like at a certain point, like when we start seeing it, then the film gets interesting.
Yeah. There's an alternate Robert Z'Dar who has a cooler coat.
I mean, he does look pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like it's the most like new metal fucking grungy outfit I think I've ever fucking seen. It's just like, he looks like he's from the fucking asylum production of The Matrix. Like
right.
He just he looks like he stepped out of the Underworld films with how he's dressed.
Yeah.
But because he's Robert Z'Dar, he just looks like
exactly.
He looks like he's about to burst out of his and he's got this weird ass laugh like
yeah, so okay. Basically we'll call him Z'Dar Prime. is freaking out for a while. We get these like single frame splice-ins of the other Z'Dar just like peeking in the window.
And when we start seeing it at first, it's given no context, so it just ran like for like about like 2 or 3 seconds. It'll pop up on the screen, and it'll just be like he'll look like Alex from fucking Madagascar, just doing the fucking blue steel. Like it's just I was like, what the fuck? Like this film feels like a shit post.
Yes,
but it was made with a VHS tape, so like if it's a shit post, it's a very dedicated. That got Robert Z'Dar.
Yeah.
Like it's like and then the I don't know. This reminded me a lot about Plan 9 from Outer Space. Very, very much that energy.
Except much more like abstract and
this again, it was like Ed Wood, Neil Breen, and Lynch. All like had a bukkake on this film. It was left in a gym stock underneath someone's bed for a week, and then now this is the end result.
So basically, eventually we get out of the car. He goes, I guess, to Bill's ranch, and
we keep getting shots of this horse.
Yeah, the horse has some significance, one assumes. And this is where we get a lot of the Dark Z'Dar. Z'Dark, if you... No, that's not good. Robert Z'Dark. Doesn't he call him like the Dark One or something?
Yeah, he does. He calls him a dark motherfucker.
A dark motherfucker. Dark motherfucker is following him around, like kind of teasing him. Like he'll appear to Z'Dar Prime and disappear, and Zadar Prime is just increasingly frazzled and kind of stalking this ghost around the ranch. And then we get this shot of Robert Zadar mooing and laughing. He's like, oh, and then eventually fires a gun. It's not clear if it hits Zadar Prime, but Zadar Prime stumbles back to his car and dies. It doesn't really seem like
falls on
he
the
was
horn,
shot,
and we just like hear it. Like, yeah, it looked like he got a heart attack.
Yeah.
But like he falls on the horn, it holds it for like a good 25 seconds. It freaked the fuck out of my dog, everybody. Like she's just like, what the fuck is happening? And then it's so funny. Like, God. Okay. And then he like laughs and walks away.
Yep.
Okay. And like, okay, look. It's pretty obvious that it's just talking about how our darker impulses can be the death of our better nature, and how like, but he's not, but the thing is, it doesn't work because he's not a good person.
Right.
Like if the script portrayed Zadar Prime as a good person with this shadow following him, then that would be like a more clear interpretation of the plot.
Yeah.
But because he's already a gangster.
Yeah, it's like Yang Yang Insane.
Yeah. Like the yin yang part doesn't make any sense because he would have to be a good person. Like he's like, you know, he's losing his mind because he's like trying to do good something. Like he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I stole this money from a gangster and I'm going to use it to do good or something.
Right.
You could still have him be a thief or something.
Mhm.
Like it's just, he's already an asshole. So we don't feel anything for him when Dark Zadar executes him. Like he had already surrendered himself to his dark impulses. So the shadow version of himself doesn't really represent anything. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's you know, there's so much Breen in this. I want to love it. I want to love it because like, yeah, it was clearly written and made by somebody. Like it's a couple notches down under Breen because Breen has the balls to be his own fucking starring actor in his films.
Right.
Whereas they had like the writer and director of this film had to get somebody else and
Yeah.
didn't play the main character. But it's written by somebody who doesn't understand what makes a character likable. So like, you know, like there's points in this film where the film's trying to build sympathy for Zadar Prime because you're like, you know, the guy stops him,
unravels. Yeah.
but you don't feel anything for him because he's already like monologued about how much of a piece of shit he is.
Right.
The only reason why anti-heroes work in things is because the show gives us time to bond with them before revealing how awful they are. Like, we like Walter White because we spend a whole episode with him as just a normal guy who's down on his luck and who's, you know, basically gotten kicked while he was down and then spit on again. Like,
Yeah.
And then it's only at the end of that episode that he is going to do the bad thing, which is to cook crystal meth.
Right.
And then again, even then, we spend like the first season spending time with him, and like the bad things he's doing are all couched in like a lot of other good things that he's doing.
Right.
And then it's only in the second season that we really begin to see his true fucking colors.
Right.
And like that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like that, like we don't have time to bond with Zadar Prime in this film because he's already
slight correction. We have plenty of time, but it is wasted.
Well, sure, but like the script has him reveal that he's a piece of shit in like line 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because he's talking about how he's talking about like how he got one over on Bill. He's like, I got one over on Bill. I what a great deal. What a great fucking deal. And he keeps fixating on it in a masturbatory fashion. Like he sounds like he's jerking himself off. Like he literally, the cadence in his voice is like the same cadence you'd get with a man stroking his penis.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I got one on over him. Yeah, fuck Bill. Fuck Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the like,
Yeah,
so we're
yeah,
already like
it's,
he's already like a maniacal piece of shit. He's a villain.
and they also throw in stuff like him just like shitting on these road workers. He's like, oh, you make $17 an hour sweating your ass off.
And I work for myself. I'm a self-made man. Like and so when like push comes to shove and we get the last 10 minutes of this film, it's just dark Zadar versus even darker Zadar.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I guess maybe they expect us to take some like pleasure in his demise.
I don't feel anything.
I mean,
Yeah, the interesting part of this film is just how like surreal it feels. It's very dreamy, but like it only starts being that once he pulls into the gas station, because like the first 25 minutes of this film are just him driving in his car and describing things to us, and then once the film actually starts letting us see things, it's very interesting.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and a lot of this stuff would not have been that hard to show.
No. They clearly are capable of it. They could have easily had Dark Zadar show up. Like, you know, we cut to the front of the car and we see Dark Zadar in the street and the car swerves around him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that would have been easy.
Yeah.
Or just like edit the film, or just edit the film down. Just edit like
Oh, absolutely.
like make the car monologue. You could make it 5 minutes long, because he says the same thing over and over again. So you just make it 5 minutes long, and then he pulls into the gas station, and then you have that whole scene there, and then like because and don't reveal how much of a piece of shit he is until the end. Or just don't. Just like edit that part out and just make it be like a guy. Like we get vague references to what's happened, but we don't get like a direct, like he basically just confesses to us. And then there's a scene where he's talking out of the car and he gives all these lines. And then the next scene shows a character and he's giving similar lines to that character. So like,
it's like almost like it's happening out of order.
Yeah. Which I get maybe is on purpose, but the execution just isn't good. So it doesn't feel,
and it's not consistent with the other time fuckery.
Right. Like let's compare this to like Inland Empire, right? Like we're not talking about this narrative, but just talking about the way that the like chronological inconsistency is done, right?
Yeah.
So in a case of like Inland Empire, the film does take place out of order, but the way that the story is unraveling itself, it just feels like every time that happens, we're getting a different perspective on events that we've already seen, or you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's ingrained in the plot. Whereas in this, it's just like, if that is what they were trying to do, it doesn't translate well.
Yeah. There's no other way to say it, really. It feels like a ham-handed attempt at that kind of Lynchian abstractness.
Yeah, exactly. Just sad.
But kind of fun if
very fun. I highly recommend this. If you are like us and you are fans of Breen or Deandra or anything like that, this will fit right at home in your
watch
repertoire.
It with a group.
Yeah.
You can all yell at the TV.
Turn it on. It's only 39 minutes. And honestly, it's actually more like 30, because the 9 minutes of behind the scenes and credits and stuff, like it's not that long. Just put it on.
Yeah.
It was better than Stitch.
Yeah. It was it was at least shorter, so
that's true. But like
it definitely did feel a lot like Stitch too.
So we
sort
have
of that purgatory in the desert.
It did have a similar vibe. I was like, oh, is he dead? Like that's what my immediate thoughts was. But like, no, there's a scene where it transitions, like fades to Wyatt. And I'm like, okay. And then like it goes back to him in the car. And I screamed. I was like, no, please stop. Or like he pulls into this gas station, walks inside, puts the money down, says 25 on pump one. And the guy's like, are you okay? And he walks out of the gas station. And then he goes to get back in the car. And I literally was like, no, no more, please.
Yeah. He doesn't actually put the gas in his car.
No!
He just pays for it.
He pays for it and then sits down back in his car.
And then Dark Sidar wanders up and looks at his windshield.
Like basically
and
just waggles his tongue at him like, "Moo." Like at the
it's the same shot that we've been seeing of him looking in the window.
Yeah.
Now we have context for. And then Zadar Prime reacts to it like
Delayed
3 or 4 times. It's he seems to be like going through these cycles.
Oh, you first.
Well, it reminds me when I used to smoke weed, I would have a kind of similar like perception of time. I would go through these cycles that felt very repetitive.
Yeah. When I would smoke a lot before I quit, I would like feel myself like not feeling like I was real, and then like I would jump out of it, and then like I'd react the same way. Like I get like a flash of something that would snap me out of the nothingness feeling, and then and then I would get really anxious about it. Like
yeah, I've been there.
Like a little bit of weed is fine, but you know, when you green out yourself, it's like.
Yeah, so does that add any meaning to this? Not really, but
so I had something. Okay. The real takeaway that I will just kind of say is, as an artist, it can be difficult to edit yourself. Like, it's the problem that Breen has. It's the problem that this film has. It's the problem that a lot of new writers have, where they don't want to cut, like they spend all this effort filming or writing or whatever, and then they don't want to cut things.
Right.
But a general rule of thumb, like unless you're doing like a medium like painting, this is not for painting or anything like that, but this is for like writing or film or some kind of work like that. You want to like probably cut like 20% of what you've made. Like if you film 3 hours of stuff, you probably want to cut about 20% of it, just because it's going to be more padded than you think it's going to be. And for pacing reasons, it's good to just cut like cutting room floor stuff. We have that with our podcast. Like we cut probably about 20 minutes from every single one of the episodes that we record. Now we do put that up as cutting room floor content, but we are engaging in good behaviors for this creative process because we are cutting things and we are editing ourselves. Because if we just put out the whole episode unedited, it's not going to flow the same way that you expertly edit it to feel.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think the flow of our episodes is very good, but it comes at the cost of us editing ourselves down.
Right.
And,
of course.
And that's just what this is. Like when these amateur films are being made, the creators of them do not want to throw away stuff they spent time filming.
Right.
So they will put every cut in. They'll have dialogue that feels like it repeats previous dialogue. They'll include scenes that don't really belong. Like that's what happened with The Room, right? There's a bunch. They were like, oh, we have the set. We might as well film a bunch of stuff at the set. But these scenes don't necessarily belong. You can easily cut them and nothing has changed from the narrative.
Right.
Now that's an egregious example, of course, but.
Of course.
I just like every one of these episodes to just include a little bit of like something the audience can learn from the various media that we've.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when we do our Double Down episode, you will see that is another egregious example of not wanting to edit anything.
You said doo-doo? Okay, before we close out, I just want to pause it. Like, what if he was dead the whole time? What if it's almost shot in reverse, where like we end at the ranch because he tried to do this deal with Bill and it went wrong and he ended up killing him, which he, when he goes back there at the end of the movie, he finds Bill dead outside and he starts freaking out. And so like the rest of the movie is just him like
spiraling because of
his delusion of escape and but his failure is right behind him, and he can't escape it. Something along those lines.
I can agree to that, especially if we think about it in terms of like there is a temporal element to this plot. But we needed to get like a flash, like something to frame the start of this, because it just feels so non sequitur. But I can agree with you, like especially like the more we talk about it, the more Stitch just comes to mind, even though like I swore to delete it from my memory. Unfortunately, I'm not a computer. So since we've talked pretty heavily about it, let's at least say one nice thing about this film. What is something about this film that you liked specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I did like Robert Zadar's performance. He was doing his best. Had that fun bongo track.
Oh yeah, that track was bumping.
Yeah.
It didn't fit the aesthetic at all.
No.
Like if this had been filmed in like Florida or like some like island, the track would have worked pretty decently.
Yeah.
But like this was filmed in the Californian desert.
Yeah. And they used it at odd times.
Yeah, they did. Like the start of the film, it works.
Yeah.
But it's so positive. It sets like a different tone for this. Like when we first saw this, okay, you want to know what I was thinking that this film was going to be? I thought this film was going to be like an Axel F, not Axel F, Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F's the song from Beverly Hills Cop. I thought this would be like a Beverly Hills Cop, you know, like that kind of 80s drama where like, you know, like you can tell that they went and filmed on location at these just places that aren't really like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not soundstage. Like, you know, this type of filming in the 80s, like this exploitation genre filming from the 80s just had like a vibe to it. And this kind of like the cover of it, the fact that Robert Zadar is in it, like it just kind of felt like it was going to be like that, where he's driving around, going to place and having kind of like an adventure.
Yeah.
And I that's why the car scenes just fuck with me so much, because I'm just screaming because like I just want
just arrive somewhere.
Like it feels like this film feels like constipation. Like it doesn't go anywhere. And then like finally, the reason why the last 10 minutes, which is my thing, I liked the last 10 minutes of this film. The reason the last 10 minutes feel great is because it's like a relief from that constipation. It feels like the film took a shit.
Yeah.
Like he took a laxative and finally passed. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
But this we were looking at some of the other like related
media,
yes,
audience. Oh my god.
Might have to dig into some of that.
Yeah, there's a gold. We have stumbled across a gold mine with this production. Like stuff that Robert Zadar has been in later in his career, because he's passed away, of course. He died in 2015.
Right.
But like stuff he did like towards the end of his career, and it's like, ooh, we've got some great gems. Yeah. Maybe not full episodes, but definitely liminal material.
I will take a moment to plug Drawback Productions' riff of Meltdown, which was one of those late career Zadar movies that also has Joe Estevez. So it's the same team from Soul Takers.
Ooh.
A pair of actors, not like director or anything, but that one is written, directed, and starring by this guy. It's terrible and hilarious, and Zadar has this great line at the end where he's like hunting the super agent guy down, played by the director, of course, and he says, "Let's play Monopoly. I'm Boardwalk."
I want to start saying that now.
I'm Boardwalk.
I'm Boardwalk, bitch.
Yeah. Anyway, Meltdown, Drawback Productions, free on YouTube.
Yay! Free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it. Okay. Bye.
Bye.